SolidWorks Simulation Professional allows you to simulate a virtual drop test onto various rigid and flexible flooring surfaces, such as concrete, carpet, or hardwood. In the event that your SolidWorks part or assembly might be dropped, you can find out whether it will survive the fall intact. In this example, a plastic casing of a cellular phone will be drop tested to determine the stresses caused by impact on both a rigid and a flexible surface. Having assigned a material to the model, we now define how the phone is dropped. Here, we are able to set up the drop test using the distance it falls or by how fast it is traveling at impact. Also, you can define the plane of impact and the direction of gravity. In this case, the target will be a rigid floor. Define the result options so you can determine how long after impact to examine the casing. Then, apply mesh to the model. You can reduce the accuracy of the mesh to obtain the stress results within minutes. Typically, you would now review the results. However, you have the option to batch run all the drop tests once they have all been set up, thus saving time. Now we will set up another drop for flexible flooring, such as carpet. To help expedite the setup process, SolidWorks Simulation Professional allows you to drag and drop conditions that remain the same for identical models. This minimizes the need to redefine each and every part of the study. For this drop test setup, we will select a flexible target and define the stiffness of the surface, along with the mass density of the impact layer. For instance, the physical properties of carpet flooring. We will also add an analysis definition to examine a flexible target that is stiffer than the previous definition. For example, hardwood flooring. We'll skip the process to save time in this demonstration. Now, let's run all three analysis studies using the batch run option. We will fast forward through the process and review the results. First, let's have a look at the rigid results. You can view contour plots of stress, displacement, and strains at the exact time that the program stored the results at all locations of vertices and reference points after the impact. Notice the difference in how the stress propagates through the casing when the impact changes from a rigid to a flexible surface. The difference between the two flexible surfaces is also evident. You can animate the drop test to get a better understanding of the stress and deformation upon impact. Let's have a look at the cell phone landing on the rigid floor surface. If all the internal parts of the cell phone were included in this study, you would be able to see the interactions between the parts after impact. Now, we will examine an animation of the drop test on the hardwood surface. Again, SolidWorks Simulation Professional can visually show you the difference between the rigid and flexible surfaces. With the SolidWorks Simulation Professional drop test, you can test your designs to destruction in a virtual environment, reducing the need for prototypes. You can also verify your intuitions and study the real-world performance of different design alternatives.